Welcome back, everyone. Let's jump right into today's explainer because we've got a fantastic, cinematic 45-second fitness reel to break down today, one that totally redefines the anatomy of success. Our core focus today is exactly this. The power of daily habits disciplines the narrative of a champion. It's not about grand, sweeping gestures. It's really about that quiet, relentless rhythm of your daily choices. So we're going to unpack this brief, but honestly incredibly powerful piece of content to show exactly how a champion's mindset is built, literally from the ground up.
Consider how this totally flips our normal understanding of taking action. Picture the opening scene, right? It's 5 a.m., the alarm goes off, it is pitch black outside, the room is dead quiet, and the guy in the footage just opens his tired eyes and sits on the edge of his bed. It paints this jarring, visceral picture for a very specific reason. It establishes right out of the gate that the whole myth of motivation, it fails you exactly when you're tired. If you're just waiting around to feel inspired, which is basically all motivation relies on, you're just going to go right back to sleep. Discipline, on the flip side, is the stark reality of getting up and acting despite being totally exhausted.
And that brilliant visual setup leads us directly into this killer opening line. Success isn't built on the days you feel motivated. It's built on the days you choose discipline. Okay, the absolutely crucial word there is choose. You see, the true narrative of a champion isn't born under the bright lights, and it's definitely not born when a massive crowd is cheering you on. No way. It's born in the dark. It happens exactly when nobody is watching, the blankets are super warm, and motivation is just nowhere to be found. Literally putting on your training shoes in the shadows, that's the foundational act of building greatness.
Making that early morning choice instantly builds a rock-solid structure for the rest of your day. We can basically map out this continuous, unbroken flow of deliberate choices. Think about it. It starts at 5 o'clock a.m. when that alarm rings. By 5:15, he's prepping in the dark. Come 6:30, he is deep into what we'll call the intense physical forge. And then, look at this. By 8 a.m., he's seamlessly transitioned into desk work and matters of faith. This timeline just perfectly illustrates that discipline isn't some random, one-off event. It's a momentum engine. One tough choice beautifully cascades right into the next.
Now, let's zoom in on that 6:30 a.m. block, the physical forge. The reel really ramps up here into this incredibly intense workout montage. We're talking explosive push-ups, running hard, throwing around heavy iron. You can actually see the sweat dripping off him. And this isn't just about getting a good sweat on. It illustrates sweat as the physical embodiment of pure grit. The pacing here is super intentional. It's fast, it's heavy, it's demanding. It forces you to confront the sheer physical output required to mold yourself into something stronger. It's deeply uncomfortable, but honestly, that is the whole point.
Which really gives some incredible weight to the next realization. Every workout, every early morning, every small decision is shaping the person you'll become. Man, I absolutely love this framing. The creator doesn't just show lifting weights or running as just, working out or trying to look good for summer. It frames these actions as the literal, active forging of your future identity. Every single time you push that weight up, every time your foot strikes the pavement, you are hammering your character into a totally new shape. You are basically casting a vote for the person you're actively becoming.
But just when you start thinking this is purely a fitness narrative, the footage drops its most crucial revelation. True discipline is absolutely not confined to the gym. We see the man at his desk, reading his Bible, praying, and writing diligently in his notebook. Let's be real here. If you're super disciplined in your physical training, but completely chaotic in your work, your habits, your faith, or just your daily choices, you haven't mastered discipline at all. You've just mastered a workout routine. To be a true champion, you need a multifaceted approach. It's the whole shebang.
To really lock that idea in, let's define it as holistic discipline, the practice of extending rigorous dedication beyond physical training right into intellectual, professional, and spiritual pursuits. This hits the nail on the head of our focus today, that the power of daily habits disciplines the narrative of a champion. A true champion's lifestyle has to encompass this holistic expansion. It's taking those exact same micro-habits, the focus and dedication you use under a heavy barbell, and applying them across every single facet of your life, from your career ambitions to your deepest spiritual beliefs.
So how does this actually unfold over time? Well, the reel shifts to this gorgeous, expansive shot of the man taking a deep breath on a sunlit hill, just looking out over the city with total confidence. And we see this compounding sequence taking shape. It all starts with one small decision, right? Like just waking up in the dark. That compounds into a daily habit. That habit then constructs your future self. And finally, it's that newly forged future self that gets to achieve the big victory up on the hilltop. It's like a giant puzzle, showing how tiny, seemingly insignificant micro-decisions eventually unlock major life-changing triumphs.
Which brings us to a quote that really shifts the narrative focus directly onto you, the viewer. The message is super clear. Your future isn't changed by one big decision. It's changed by the small disciplines you repeat every day. I really want you to let that sink in because it completely shatters that popular illusion that success comes from a single magical turning point. We're all guilty of looking for that silver bullet, right? That one big break. But the reel fiercely argues that the sudden big break, it just doesn't exist. There is only the unglamorous, relentless repetition of small disciplines.
As this 45-second reel wraps up, it anchors on three massive foundational words: faith, discipline, victory. The vital takeaway here is how these three pillars link together to form the ultimate framework of a champion. Faith provides the bedrock. It's the inner why that gives you your vision. Discipline? That's the how, the practical execution mechanism that actually gets the hard work done. And victory is just the natural, inevitable result when your faith and your discipline are perfectly aligned. You literally can't remove one pillar without the whole structure coming down.
To really cement this concept before we finish, let's look at this contrast. On one side, you've got one big decision, which represents the illusion of sudden change. On the other side, small disciplines repeated, representing the actual reality of compounding victories. It is so crucial to grasp that the glorious golden sunrise of victory you saw on that hilltop, it is 100% dependent on the totally unglamorous action of tying your training shoes in the pitch dark. Without the dark, there's no light. Without that invisible daily repetition, there is absolutely no public victory.
The reel leaves us with a final thought, and I want to deliver it to you with the exact same level of conviction. Start today. Stay disciplined. Your future self will thank you. Look, this isn't just nice, feel-good advice. This is an urgent, highly personal call to action. The clock is ticking on who you're becoming. The person you're going to be a year from now is being forged right now, today, by the choices you make this very second. It's an open invitation to step up and take full control of your own narrative.
And so I want to wrap up this explainer by turning the mirror back on you with a pretty provocative question. What small discipline will you choose today? Not tomorrow, not next Monday, today. Is it going to be 10 minutes of reading, putting your phone away a bit earlier, or maybe setting that alarm for 5 a.m. to finally face the dark? Pick one. Just start there, commit to it, and watch how it transforms absolutely everything else. Thanks so much for hanging out with me to break this down. Keep learning, stay disciplined, and I'll catch you next time.